State of the Union. We
State
were all
of the
waiting on
Union.
this. Both sides were waiting because with this, even Trump was waiting.
Both sides was waiting. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Biden, so it's not like I was sitting there going, "Oh, I love Biden. I can't wait to hear what Biden got to say." But I can't stand Trump, so I'm gonna be listening to see. I said he needed to come out swinging.
He wasn't Sleepy Joe last night.
You cannot be Sleepy Joe. This was your campaign, pretty much kicking off your campaign.
And it's probably needed because we really don't know how Trump is going to act. Right now, Trump is saying, let's do a debate.
Right.
They may not even do one. So this was Biden's chance to.
And he's also president. So he can go on like all the time.
Anytime and do a state.
Anytime he wants to go on air, he can go on air and talk to everybody. That's anytime he wants to.
Any updates that we need to know?
Any updates.
So let's see.
So
feedback.
What'd you say?
I said, let's see what everybody's feedback is.
Yep. Christopher says, greetings and salutations. Salutations to you too. La, 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 la. All right. Where you going?
Gotta get my noise maker.
Oh my gosh. She going to get a noise maker?
This is Friday's show.
Oh, all right. Well, you moving the whole table moving as you walk. Okay, so go ahead. You doing your clap thing first? The little cheap piece of...
Welcome.
That lady who did the Republican rebuttal needed that.
Yes, she did.
Because she was just as cheesy.
Ooh,
but I get ahead of myself.
Okay.
I get ahead of myself.
And did you listen to feedback on both sides?
Oh yeah, I listened.
Okay, because I'm thinking, you know what, they can bomb if they do like a perfect 100 score, State of the Union address. The other side will always still find negative.
You'll always find
his tie was crooked. Now they did say that he made the comment about calling the migrants illegal aliens.
Well, that's
that was a slip. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a slip. He did it because he wanted to appease the people the other side.
Well, I know Schumer was
There's
saying...
no slips.
Schumer was saying that regardless of that, it didn't matter.
It don't matter.
He still came out talking
about it.
Right.
And you shouldn't... Who cares what we call
But that's what Fox would say,
Yeah. You so worried about what people call people.
Yeah.
That's a liberal thing. Yeah. About what people say and call people and all this stuff.
We don't like calling names and stuff. Okay.
Don't talk about people. You being so mean. That's all that
They
stuff.
go low, you go high.
Yeah, that's
when they go high, you go low.
Yeah, that's all.
When they go low,
we go high.
We go high.
Michelle Obama. That's all. And knowing she just lived from Chicago, she didn't do that. She knows she was scrapping on the street talking about they go low.
I don't think she got in fights.
Please.
She's from Chicago.
Well,
she probably fought with her mouth.
I bet you she didn't go high when they was going low. She went low too.
I know you're not coming at me, but
thank you.
Saying that I look like so-and-so.
She is not from Chicago and she go high and they go low. But anyway, that sounds like Obama. That sounds like something he taught her when they got married.
Honey, calm down.
But anyway, key takeaways from Biden's fiery State of the Union speech.
Are you going to bring what's her name in?
She have to wait till she say she in.
Oh, okay.
See, we always stall the show when
I didn't know. I didn't say that she had to do it on here.
So right. Okay. Or yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there are worse places for a president to introduce the themes of his final campaign than in a primetime, nationally televised speech before a joint session of Congress. Now, the first thing that everybody noticed, it wasn't your normal State of the Union address.
Okay.
He knew he had to run for office. And that's what he did. I'll read it later. Mm-hmm. He knew he had to run for office. Oh, yeah. And so that's what he did.
Okay.
He ran for office. He had to do it that night.
He addressed things that we all were waiting for him to address. Now, a lot of the Democrats, because Kim and I we're independent.
Right. So I'm not a Republican or Democrat.
So both sides, like the Nikki Haley followers,
right,
the third party people, as well as the Democrats, they were all waiting. Okay, this is your moment.
Right.
Please give more details on what's going on in all those major areas that we've been talking about for the last 6 months. Yeah. And I think he nailed it.
He said, "My lifetime has taught me to embrace freedom and democracy, a future based on the core values that have defined America: honesty, decency, dignity, equality, to respect everyone, to give everyone a fair shot, and to give hate no safe harbor. Now, some other people my age see a different story. We knew what he was talking about. An American story of resentment, revenge, and retribution. He said, Comover said, when I get in office, I'm going to seek revenge on everybody who came after me.
He sure did.
He's such a moron.
He's like our payback. When we all in the car,
the big payback.
That's his theme song.
That's what I am.
Our family is an internal joke. But the James Brown, the big payback.
Yes,
that's Trump's theme song.
Yes,
that's
yes you can.
And I don't do no mastering.
Yes, you will.
I got to think of the words.
When I get in, I'm going to go after the people that came after me. Yes, you will.
That's the fact. Get ready, you mother, for the big payback.
See? That's why black people going to vote for him, because he's the big payback.
Yeah.
Just like the gym shoes.
What's up? He understand. He understand us.
He understand. He got a mugshot and felonies.
Shoot. He been there, done that.
So I wanted to pull up some, I wanted to see like if people did some shorts of some of the key takeaway things.
Okay.
So let me see what they came up with.
History is watching, just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th. When insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy. Many of you are here on that darkest of days. We all saw with our own eyes the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots to steal the election posed a gravest threat to U.S. democracy since the Civil War. But they failed. America stood.
Now you notice Mike Johnson ain't make no move.
Everybody was watching when he clapped, when he didn't clap, his facial expressions. One thing that Trump did say, and he said this at the beginning, that I'm like really, really I had to write it down. When he says, you can't love your country only when you win.
Only when you win.
And that is so profound.
Now, that bozo who sat back there, the Speaker of the House, and I'll say Nancy Pelosi was bad too when she was up there, and Trump was up there. How can you not be? Yeah. So they both was.
You got to be on your best behavior. That's hard to be there for an hour.
It's hard, especially if you don't like the person that's up there.
Oh, because you be doing eyes.
But he had to. I felt like he wanted to just squirm down into his seat and go underneath the desk when he was talking about January 6th and insurrectionists and all of that. Because Mike Johnson is one of the people that said the election was stolen.
Yes.
And he's also one of the people that said that those people who went into the Capitol are U.S. citizens. They didn't try to take over.
They was just do on the tour.
Now, if the room, you can hear a pin drop when he was talking about it, because those same congressmen and senators was hiding under the desk and running for their lives.
Yes.
So if they were just good old American-hearted citizens coming in there, why didn't you stay in the chamber when they came in there? Mm-hmm. You could have met them and greeted them.
Because they wouldn't. Remember, they were not coming in with a problem or issue.
Now, one thing I can't say about Comover, I don't like him, but he's right. He was trying to make the Secret Service take him there.
Yeah.
He felt like they wasn't going to hurt him.
Right.
He was actually
met him at the door.
Yes.
Hey, y'all here to support me?
But those congressmen and those senators ran for their lives.
Especially Pence and his family.
So get out of here with that. Oh, and they were here to help us, and they came in peacefully and they love us.
Just, hey, they didn't do any harm.
Then you should have stayed there then if you wasn't afraid of them. Mm. So I like that part. I like that. That
history is watching.
Reference to
that reference that he said
that in his.
Yes,
his
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get to her yet because she's a dummy. Let me see.
That was the wrong choice.
That was
to do a rebuttal.
Yeah. Let me see. What is this one? Hold on.
I know.
He did some gaps. Let's see what they got here.
The State of the Union is strong. Some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy of the proposal.
That was what he said last time. He did the same thing again. He said, some of y'all want to raise taxes or whatever, $1 trillion or whatever.
Is this an old one?
This is an old one. He did it again last night. They showing how he did the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And so they booed him last time. And he said, oh, am I wrong?
I'll show you the proposal.
Right.
Don't be trying to pretend like y'all think on some other policy direction.
Yeah.
They do that out there. Publicly, that's the same thing they've been having problems with the migration, passing that.
Exactly.
Because in the public, they are totally different than behind doors.
Now, this is when he talked about Gaza.
Oh.
Okay.
For the leadership of Israel, I say this. Humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority. As we look to the future, the only real solution to the situation is a two-state solution over time.
Now, he says all of that. What is he going to do about it? That's the problem that Biden has. You make a big thing about the only solution is a two-state solution. In other words, Israel, you stay where you are, and then you let the Palestinians have the land that they are, and they stay where they are, and they have their government. That's not what Israel wants.
They don't want two states.
They like, you get out of here. It's no state. I don't want anybody living next to me that don't like me.
Regardless of what they want, we got to push harder for what we want. Otherwise,
you don't get no money.
We don't help you in any kind of way. But they're NATO, right? Mm-hmm. And he did. They're not part of NATO?
I don't know. Are they?
I mean, that was one thing he did speak on, the two countries that came into NATO. So
he said Sweden.
Sweden and I can't think of the other country.
Right.
But yeah, so if they're part of that, everybody still has to sit and go, okay, Israel, you need to listen.
Yep.
What's going on? No more lives being taken.
Yeah.
Because you're supposedly going with the God that you serve in the Old Testament. No.
Yep.
You need to do better.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so let me see. Wendy says that she's in. So we'll go there and see.
Bring you in.
You can still talk.
Oh, I know one of the things, my favorite show, The View, because I like listening to the ladies' view. Sarah did say, at first she thought the clapping, she didn't really agree with it. But then after yesterday, she said, I understand it now.
I like all that clapping.
I found myself clapping. She said, you do need it in support of things.
But they was clapping too much.
I know. It's like every time you would see Vice President Kamala standing up.
Yeah.
I like but one of the things that
at first you got to turn your volume down, Wendy.
Turn your volume down.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good.
Turn our volume down.
I like all that. I found my.
I got to turn.
I didn't know you could hear me. I didn't know you could hear me.
Okay.
I didn't know you could hear me.
Oh yeah, we can.
All right, go ahead, Lenora.
One of the things though, when she was saying to stand up, sit down, that's what everybody's eyes go to. The cameras pan in on certain groups, people, visitors. It's a known thing. We're watching somebody what they're wearing. We're watching their facial expressions. Joy did bring up a good point. She said, I noticed there were times where Republicans, there were things that he supposedly said in some of the policies that I thought Republicans were in agreement with. Maybe not 100% of it.
You talking about the border?
No, not just the border.
Oh, okay.
And then she named some of them because she was saying they could have still clapped. You don't have to stand
what
up.
Was it?
But some of the things that she said, security at the border, because they did talk about that. That was one. Raising taxes on billionaires to lower the national debt. Supporting IVF. Raising teacher salaries. She said, y'all don't want teacher salaries to be raised. There was no clapping.
Well, they were trying to show that they didn't have any solidarity.
I get it. And she says, when he talked about the pipes being poisoned and redoing the pipes so that they can have clean water, nobody clapped from the Republican side. That's not good, she said. Prescription drug prices, lowering that. You don't care. and then cancer.
Now,
ending cancer. So she said that's a checklist that some of them could have clapped.
Let me tell you why they did.
I'm in agreement with.
Other than the fact that they wanted to be separate from him, this was the parts that Biden wasn't really telling the truth. Now, you got to know, again, I felt like he did what he needed to do. He came out there. He had to show that he had some strength because at this point, everybody was calling him Sleepy Joe. So he had to come out and say, I'm not asleep, I'm up. I'm awake and I'm ready to go here. And he had to draw a distinction between him and comb over. Mm-hmm. And I felt like he did that. Okay. You want to take the country back with Make America Great Again? I'm trying to go forward. Right. I'm not trying to go back.
Even in my old age.
I'm trying to go forward. He said that.
With new thoughts, new direction.
You can be old in the body, but your mind can still be like, I still want to be innovative.
Some good ideas.
So that was good. I want to put us into other countries doing better than them so that technology, all these innovative ideas, we're at the forefront of it. Mm-hmm. You trying to take us back to 1960, right, where we was having gasoline cars and the cars was made out of steel. So I'm trying to move us ahead, and you're an 80-year-old man trying to take us back.
And when women didn't have rights.
And women didn't have rights. And they had to stay in the kitchen, which the dumb numbskull Republicans put a rebuttal with a woman in the kitchen.
She does a rebuttal from the kitchen.
He just said, I'm trying to move everybody forward, and the Republicans put her in the kitchen, looking like a Stepford wife. So no, we're not trying to go back. Yes. To the woman who poisons you with cookies.
Yes.
No, she's come on in, get the cookies. No, I'm good.
She gets the butter knife and
I'm
be holding it this way.
You got kids in the bottom of your basement. I'm good. I don't need to be one of those.
Right.
He's trying to take us back. Yeah. I'm trying to move us forward. Yes. So I feel like he did make a distinction in that. The part that
predecessor that he said 13 times.
Yes. The part that he was not being truthful in was in some of the things that he said he was proposing. Oh. Now, that was the reasons why you said the Republicans wasn't standing up and clapping, because he has not introduced anything to do those. Don't say we are holding you back, mm-hmm, and you haven't put anything forward. Mm. The Democrats just started looking at the border right now. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden, they want to do stuff with the border. Mm-hmm. You had 4 years to do it.
The whole saying of Make America Great Again was stole from the Ku Klux Klan. That's what they used to say. That was one of their themes. So they don't want us to have any civil rights. They want us to go back to the dogs biting us in the South.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's right. So that is the part when he talked about, and I know Emerald's in here, when he talked about insulin price going down, mm-hmm, that's good. But there's a million other drugs that need to go down and he hasn't pushed anything for. So he was treading the line a little bit. Mm-hmm. He was making it sound like, I really want to get these things done, right, but he's not doing it. Right. Contrast, and even though some people don't like him, Obama, you guys knew exactly what he wanted to pass when he got in office. Right. He said, my mom was ill. Right. I want health care for everybody. Right. You couldn't turn on Obama without him talking about health care. Health care. You couldn't watch anything without him pushing stuff in front of Congress and the Senate. Health care. Right. And they got it passed. Mm. Biden has not done that. The things that he was talking about last night have not been the forefront of what he has been doing for the last 4 years, and he has not pushed it. Uh-huh. So that is the reason why I believe, one of the reasons why the Republicans did not stand and clap for him when he said stuff that we would think of us would.
But you know what? Still, I don't, for me, no. Because for other than those few items, Joy made a good point, though, because I did see Speaker of the House stand up, of course, when he did a general
about the black people,
about the families that were, affected, whatever. But he did make mention of Republican leadership when he mentioned Reagan and he mentioned Bush. Now, if anything, every Republican Yes.
No, because they're not Republicans of Reagan.
I know, but the point I'm trying to make is
they're mega.
Joy is trying to say that you can see the division. In the Republican Party by themselves, because when they talked about the migration and that whole proposal, the Republican man, I can't think of his name,
the one that put the bill together,
he's shaking his head.
He said, "You're right.
You're right." So, if anything, you can see the divisiveness between the Republican Party members.
They sold that man out, and he was sitting there like, I can't stand none of these people. They sent that man in with other Republicans to sit down in a room and come up with a border bill that was on both parties would agree to it. He went in there with the stuff that the Republicans wanted.
Don't talk too much on it, because I got Schumer talking.
Oh, okay. Then I'll let Schumer say
let
it.
Schumer say
I'll let Schumer say it. And then you'll see why he was sitting there looking like, these people, I can't stand none of these people.
Schumer gave very good insight on this.
You didn't pass that bill because Comeover told you not to. That's why you didn't pass it. And I'm glad that Trump brought that out. Biden brought that out. I wish he would have done more. I wish he was even more feistier, but he wasn't. He was a little feisty.
That's as much as you can get it for 80-something.
I wish he was very clear.
He did only make a few mistakes, and I'm sure Fox News probably had a whole checklist.
But they can't, because Comeover does the same thing. Now, in contrast, while everybody's watching the State of the Union, and everybody's watching the President of the United States of America, including other countries, point out how the economy is good, inflation is good, this, and this. If you don't like me, it's just because you don't like me.
Right.
You can say you don't like me for social issues and things like that. But the main people who are saying you don't like me, I bet you got a job. I bet you got money in the bank. I bet you're doing okay. Bottom line, you just don't like, maybe you don't like the whole thing with transgenders or pro-choice.
Where you're conservative.
Those are things that you can say. LGBTQ, the border, all of that stuff. But as far as you having a job and working, you doing fine. So shut up.
Okay.
Now, while we're all watching that, Comeover is on his social media putting up joke faces and putting up faces of Joe Biden on TikTok and other things.
Well, he's gonna act like a little child that he is.
He is
a little rich boy.
A moron.
Look at that cartoon. Look at Kamala. Her nose is long. Let me draw Biden's head real big.
Now you think
this is our command? This is a person that's running for as our commander in chief.
Now do you understand why even Putin wants to break up with him? He's like a guy who's in love with Putin, and Putin is running for his life.
As Putin says, he's unhinged.
I don't want you liking me.
I can't follow him, and that's not good.
You're a stalker.
Because pretty much, if you think about it, Kim Jong-un, Putin, if they all feel that way, the China leadership, each day, Putin may say, he may wake up and say, take me out.
Thank you.
Because he's so unhinged and what mood swings, and I can't read him. So I don't know now to deal with him now.
Putin don't like him no more.
Isn't that sad?
I don't want you no more, Joe. Like,
you know what?
Like the Jackson family. No, I don't want you no more. I don't want you no more, Joe. That's Putin. I don't want you no more, Orange Nixon. No. But I love you. I love when you was on the horse with no shirt on. Yes. Leave me alone. I don't want you. Leave me alone.
You're a dictator. I love dictators.
You're worse than me. At least people know I'm going to kill him. They don't know what you're going to do.
I dream about being like you every day. That's why I want to get my foot back in the door to be over this country.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I love dictatorship. I love to keep the light on me. Spotlight.
And another thing, a reason why I'm breaking up with you, just like that commercial with Miami Beach breaking up with the spring breakers. Yes. Putin needs to put out a commercial on why he's breaking up with Trump.
He probably don't want to start nothing up.
Another reason why
then people get really rowdy and crazy, and he might even do something.
Another reason why I'm breaking up with you. You putting too much light on me. You making everybody look at me, and I don't like that.
But think about it. If you look at a crazy situation like that, you can't just come tell somebody I'm gonna break up with you when there's something not right with him. because they may try to, if I can't have you, no one.
You right.
Or I'll get you. I'll let everybody know about the things you've done. I mean, you never know where that mindset is coming from.
All right, let's see what everybody says. Christopher says, go ahead, Wendy.
Ask them if they can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let Wendy know if y'all can hear her while we read.
Hello, testing 1 2.
Okay.
Testing 1 2.
Christopher says, greetings and salutations. We said that before. I was pleasantly satisfied with Uncle Joe's performance.
I was too.
Justice Frost says, happy Friday, everyone. Biden showed up and showed out.
Old man Biden. Hey, he still got it.
Wendy says, Emerald says, salutations, everyone, and happy Friday. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Emerald says, life-saving medications such those for transplant patients and ridiculously expensive. That's the ones I'm saying I want him to get down.
Yeah, and then you got to remember, this is a state.
But that's good, insulin. That's good.
It's the State of the Union for an hour, and so you maybe just do nitbits of stuff. So if you're talking about medications, they probably got a deeper plan, like you're saying.
Well, put it through. Well, we're talking about it.
I'm just saying we don't know unless we're hearing news coverage.
Like
Schumer's, like Senator Schumer.
Yeah.
He came on and said we're doing this, and this.
No, but I'm saying why do they always do everything in the year that it's an election?
It don't matter.
That's what I'm saying. I don't on both sides.
I know you can't do nothing
but
about
anyway,
that. It's the politicians.
Can anybody in there hear me? Can they hear me? Can they hear me?
Yes, they can, Wendy.
They said yeah.
They can. Okay.
Yeah, they said
said Emerald said medications for special needs children. These shouldn't have a cap. AG Lady says, this is a good one. You ladies sound crazy. Wow, I hope Trump kicks the girls out sounding so crazy. Thank you, President Biden, for such a wonderful speech tonight. Don't talk about age. Look at your old age. So apparently that's a mega person. It
don't matter.
A moron.
We welcome you mega people who don't matter. It don't matter.
Emerald says, obviously this isn't the forum for you, so beat it.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
Why do you come into a forum that's for you?
It doesn't matter because we look at both sides. We're independent. Just so you know, whoever you are, we're looking at both sides, boo.
Yeah.
So just so you know, boo.
Justice says you can leave anytime.
And your boy, my mom said today, he has to pay something that's due today.
He got to pay
Why
the woman.
Don't you help your boy out? Send him some money.
The woman who he sexually offended.
No, I'm saying the New York
Eugene Carroll.
Yeah, send your boy some money. Any mega person that I see, are you sending your boy Cash Apping him?
Yeah, they are.
Because he owe a lot of money.
They giving him money. Okay. They giving him money.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's see. Emerald says, obviously this isn't a friend from you. You can leave anytime. Justice says, Emerald says, everyone has freedom to a speech just like you. Christopher says, I can hear you, Wendy. Everybody can hear you, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy, that's good. They can hear you.
Now you said Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, let's hear what I love Chuck. He's one of my favorite senators. I pray you don't mess up.
Where's it at? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
President Biden has a real plan on immigration. I know because we worked on it with the Senate. We put a bipartisan group, Senator Langford, Senator Murphy, Senator Sinema, and they put together a really tough immigration proposal that could pass in a bipartisan way. The plan was so tough that it was supported by the Wall Street Journal editorial page, the fount of hard-right conservatism in America.
As a real
it was
plan
supported
on
by the
immigration.
Border
I know,
Patrol Union. They've been right-wing and pro-Trump. It was supported by the Chambers of Commerce because it was tough and strong. It stopped fentanyl, if we enacted it, from coming over our borders by using these fentanyl detection machines. It increased the number of people who would apprehend people crossing the border. And it even had a cap on any immigration if too many people came across the border. So it was tough and strong. A lot of Republicans liked it at the beginning. When they were shown to it, they said, I'm amazed. Democrats are really moving in a tough, strong direction on border. And then Donald Trump, their leader, said, I don't want him to do anything on the border. I want it to stay a crisis for a whole year so I can win the election. Can you imagine the nerve, the chutzpah of this guy? Here they say the border's an emergency, that we better fix it. Here we have a plan that fixes it in a bipartisan way, and Trump says, hold it out for political advantage and let this so-called crisis fester for another year.
Ridiculous.
Trump's the loser on this, and I'll say one more thing. Before we came up with this plan, and I was very proud to help put it together and push it, Democrats were on their back foot on immigration. Now we are on our front foot. We are saying we have a bipartisan plan. They don't want to solve the problem. They just want rhetoric. And guess what? There's a poll in the Wall Street Journal, hardly another liberal publication, today that said Americans side with what we're doing. So we have totally reversed this border issue. We still have to answer some questions, but now we're on our front foot, not our back foot.
All right.
Thank you. So I agree with like and they were on there for the last how many years? We have not pushed hard for this.
What did he say in a nutshell? I couldn't hear it.
He said pretty much what I was saying is that the Democrats been sitting on it for 4 years, like I said, and then all of a sudden now they trying to push this bill, which is a bipartisan bill, which they all sat down together,
And
Republicans
great
and
support
Democrats
from the Republicans.
And then as soon as it was ready to be passed, Donald Trump swooped in with his comb-over hairstyle and said, don't pass this bill until I win. And then all of the little crickets, just like this
minions,
just like this AG lady who came in, big dummies, said, oh, it was a crisis. Oh my God, they're killing us.
No, they said, hold up, wait a minute, hold up.
Oh my God,
don't pass it.
Venezuela sending over criminals. They're all coming over the border.
Like Marjorie Taylor
They're gonna chop us up in pieces in the middle of the night. Oh my God. Oh my God. We gotta do something. Do something. And then they put the bill out.
Hey.
Well, but Trump said hold off until November. Okay, so I'll stay like this until November. Oh God. Oh, it's May. Oh Lord Jesus.
And
the summertime's here.
Some of them are not even doing that.
Oh my God. Oh, July.
You're doing a little too much.
How am I going to have a cookout?
No,
Those Venezuelans are going to chop me up. Oh my God. Oh, September's here. Oh, we're going to have a Labor Day picnic. Oh, we got to cancel the picnic. Oh my God. Oh, they're going to chop us up.
So you are even doing some of them are not doing anything. They're not even showing any expression.
The kids can't go Halloween trick-or-treating in October. Oh my God.
And that's why Biden, Kim, that's why Biden made the comment. We got it.
Fix it.
Now, Trump, if you're going to be telling your puppets what to do.
Fix it.
Now, you holding off until you get in with your Superman cape. Like, let me come in and do this.
Instead of doing cartoon characters of me and the vice president, call those people in the chamber and fix it. If you don't like my bill, or the bill, not actually my bill, the bill you guys came up with the Democrats, then come over, you come up with a bill.
I wonder
and fix it.
I wonder what would happen if
shut up talking about
it. More and more situations like the woman that was attacked by the
Venezuelans. They pull up one incident where a migrant kills a woman. Well, you know who else was running and they got killed? Ahmaud. How about that? Yes. How about all the black men that go running and don't come back home?
Yeah, you're right.
Since you're so up in arms, but guess what? Those weren't migrants that killed Ahmaud. Yeah. They were down-home country boys.
There you go. So please.
You got to send them over to Mexico when you send the migrants back over here too?
No, they in jail. Thank you.
You're so up in arms about people running and getting killed. Right. How about Ahmaud? Yeah. You wasn't up in arms about him getting killed.
Yeah, because you were saying people are concentrating on the migrants.
Oh, every time a migrant does a crime, they concentrate on it. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be. I feel like as soon as they do a crime, you're not going to court. You get put right on a bus.
Yeah, don't waste.
Why are you wasting my court time?
Our court cost and everything.
I don't care if you steal a sandal from a store. You're back on the bus and you're out of here.
Yeah.
But that's not for you to get all up in arms and you can't sleep because you're afraid they're going to slice your throat when black people been running and throats been sliced and hung for decades. Yeah. And you didn't have all that sympathy then. Huh, you big nut job Republican rebuttal lady.
And Biden did made a pretty much hint about that when he mentioned John Lewis and keeping that vision alive.
Thank you.
We don't want to go back to those days.
We're not trying to go back, make America great again. And just for the record, for those black people that love Trump so much, When he was at that black convention, guess what Trump said?
What?
He said, make America great, but not so much for you guys. I understand. He said, that doesn't fit you. You don't want to go back. He said it. Go look it up. And the black people in the audience was like, quiet. Guess why you were quiet, you big dumb buckets? Because you've been defending that stupid sign, MAGA, all how many years? And then the man who invented it comes to your house and says, not so much for you. Maybe you shouldn't wear that hat. Maybe that hat's not for you. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. If you don't want to wear the MAGA hat, I get it. I got it.
We understand.
Now, he's a moron, but he's smart enough to know that. Yeah. He's smart enough to go to a black convention and say, maybe MAGA you may not want to wear that hat.
But will you buy my gold sneakers, please?
And you could hear a pin drop when he said it. Because they've been defending that word, MAGA, for not decades, but for years. And the man who invented it said, you don't have to say that.
Oh, stop. You really can't. That he's thinking about you don't have to. You really shouldn't.
And he's a moron, but he's smart enough to know that.
In the back of their minds, they're thinking, no, make America how it used to be.
I got it.
Dealt with y'all.
He said maybe not so much. Go back and look at it. MAGA, maybe not so much for you guys.
But it don't matter. I let the freedom of our country, you can support whoever you want to support. And that's why I love this freedom. Whatever religion you are, whatever faith you are, thank you, God, for the freedom. Because there's countries, if you read in the Bible, they would knock you out or whatever. Or anything about their leaders, you'll be in prison.
Thank you.
So thank you for the freedom.
Now, is this lady? Where's she at?
That did the rebuttal.
Her.